From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, June 24th, 2026.
I'm Clara Hendrickson for the Detroit Free Press. President Donald Trump weighed in on Michigan's competitive race for governor, endorsing U.S. Representative John James of Shelby Township just days before absentee voting begins. In the Tuesday, August 4 primary, James faces former Attorney General Mike Cox and businessman Perry Johnson. Just hours after Trump announced his support for James, Michigan Senate Minority Leader Eric Nesbitt of Porter Township said he was ending his gubernatorial campaign to support James. Cox and Johnson have vowed to stay in the race. The Democratic primary includes Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson and Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson. Governor Gretchen Whitmer cannot run again due to term limits. While GOP candidates, including James, have celebrated Trump's endorsement, Democrats are betting that Republican candidates' ties to the president will hurt them in the November general election.
This is J.C. Reindl with the Detroit Free Press. Bedrock has officially opened its latest new housing development in downtown Detroit. The Belle, which is French for The Beautiful, is a restored 11-story building that once contained offices and commercial space, but is now 42 apartments. It is situated on Broadway, next to another future apartment building and a future hotel. Asking rent start at $1,370 per month for a studio unit and more for one-bedrooms. The building dates to 1926 and has largely been vacant since the 1990s, save for a bar on the ground floor that closed back in 2015. Bedrock has done numerous similar conversion projects in downtown, including the Book Tower and the old Detroit Free Press building.
This is Liam Rapley for the Detroit Free Press. Members of the United Auto Workers voted Thursday, June 18, to remove hundreds of thousands of dollars of the union's investments in Israeli bonds because of the country's war in Gaza. The vote to divest came at the union's 39th Constitutional Convention at Huntington Place in downtown Detroit as one of the union's last orders of business. The measure was passed by a raised hand vote of the 1,000 or so delegates amalgamated from UAW locals across the United States. As early as December 2023, the union had criticized Israel's prosecution of the war, which started with an attack on Israel on October 7, 2023, signing onto a petition advocating for a ceasefire. At the time, the union also formed a group to study the union's financial connections to Israel. The UAW's Region 9A director, Brandon Mancia, who represents workers in New York City and New England, said in a 2024 interview with Jacobin that the union held about $400,000 to $700,000 in Israeli bonds and securities at the time, adding that that exact number fluctuates based on market conditions. The union's 14-member executive board had failed to pass the same measure in 2024. For more, visit freep.com.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.